Good afternoon, friends, and welcome to our post lunch session. In the previous chapters, what have we learned? We learned that what is the concept of risk, and we also learned that this risk and risk tolerance they differ from person to person. That people of older age, beyond 60 years, they have lesser risk tolerance than people who are young, whose whole life is ahead of them. We also have learnt that people who are financially better off have higher risk tolerance than people who are just you know, living life from paycheck to paycheck, hand to mouth kind of existence. So this risk tolerance also depends on individual developments. So when you are as a financial services salesman, when you are giving a solution to the people, your solution differs from person to person. You need to customize the product to them. How are you going to customize? And since you are selling a whole range of financial services, and there are so many mutual fund plans that each house is selling, and each company and each fund plan has a different kind of risk element inbuilt into it, you need to understand how to assess the risk that is there within a mutual fund company. How do you do that? Now there are 5 ways in which you can measure the risk that is inbuilt in a mutual fund plan. Okay, how many of you know Greek alphabet? Yeah, alpha, beta, gamma, lambda. Yeah. Now we'll take the first of the Greek alphabet, which is alpha. In our mutual fund, alpha means the risk. It is also one of the primary measurement of a risk tolerance in a mutual fund. Alpha means the risk adjusted return for any mutual fund. Now for a equity based plan, there is certain element of risk. Now has this fund given returns which is higher than the risk, or has it given the returns which is lower than the risk? So whether the risk adjusted return is higher or lower, alpha is something which will measure that. Now every mutual fund has something called a benchmark. Suppose you are benchmarking an index, or you are benchmarking in case of a debt fund, it is a post office return. The return that is higher than that is called alpha. So a positive alpha of 1% means this fund has given a return of 1% which is higher than the benchmark. This benchmark could be BSE 30, Bombay Sensex, or it can be a Nifty 50, or it can be a post office interest rate. Has it outperformed the benchmark or underperformed the benchmark in a stipulated period of time? The second one is beta. Beta measures not the return but the volatility. Suppose the share market has fallen by 10%. Has your fund fallen by more than 10% or less than 10%? If it has fallen less than 10%, it has a lower volatility compared to the benchmark. Suppose share market, if it has, sir, happened.